There we go. Sorry, the mic was on, and then I just turned it off. So, can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. I'm gonna start again. Hi, Scribbles with Chris Ryniak, number 19. We're almost at 20, guys. I'm sorry that I was late tonight. I had a open house at my daughter's school, so I had to go and do adult things. But I did the same thing I did when I was actually in school, and I brought my sketchbook and I drew while I was supposed to be listening. I was listening though. So, is the music too loud? If the music's too loud, let me know. I can turn it down. We're number 19. It's Thursday, which means it's Kaiju Thursday, Easy E Fro. And I'm sure Derek's going to pop in here at any minute. So, the sketch that I did for tonight's drawing is like almost a completely finished drawing. So, I'll show you guys the sketch at the end. It's Derek. Hey, Derek, you get the air horn. So I'll show you the drawing at the end, and we can compare to see how different they are. But I'm pretty happy with this one. It should be fun. So I'm going to just get into it right now. And Amanda should be joining us. She is not coughing as much, so she'll be joining us, and she's much better, and she feels better. So, yeah. So, I can see that over on the Facebook page, people have been getting their shirts. And I have some thoughts about them. I have not gotten mine yet. So, yeah, I want to know how Derek got his the fastest. Well, welcome to everybody that is hanging out. And already we have 20 people in the chat. So, oh, sorry, Hannah, but thanks for popping in. It'll be a regular time stream next time. So, well, I hope anyway. It is the 1st of September. It's not the 1st of September here. It's the 31st of August. Here. So, but yeah, I've seen that people have been getting their shirts, and I know the product isn't perfect, and that is because of the trade-offs between print on demand, which basically means there's no inventory. I'm glad there was no holes in yours. I'm going to kind of wait to see what people think about the quality, because I know it's not silkscreen quality. It is a different product entirely. And again, we'll wait and see. But I really appreciate everybody taking part in the little experiment. I may have to redraw this already. We'll see. From the pictures, the color, I'm not entirely stoked on some of the things that were happening, and those are things that I can adjust on my end, in terms of pushing things, pushing colors, pushing contrast, knowing not to make things too close together in color range, so that things will actually show up. So. Yeah, people were talking about the glue smell. Yeah, I do redraw things from time to time, Miss Katie Girl. So yeah, the glue smell, I think it's just a product of the process. But I did notice that when I got mine, the test one that I had done, it had actually it dissipated after the wash, and the tackiness went away. Yeah, the color is good. There's just a few things that just totally disappeared. So it's just something I'm just gonna have to address and take note of if I am going to move forward making more shirts. But again, it's all about, do you guys think that the product is worth how much I have to charge for it? So you guys got them for 18 for the first one. I can adjust the price, but in terms, if I'm gonna make any profit on it, because I have Steve working on the product management side. He's dealing with all the customer service, and he's dealing with setting it up and making sure that everything's running smoothly. So I have to pay him, and of course, I'd like to get paid for my designs as well. So I have to adjust the price upwards to probably around 25. And even still, the profit margin isn't too high, but it's great because we can put it in any color, we can put it in any size, like up and down, all the way down to kid sizes, and we can actually like offer a pretty wide range. But the trade-off is that it is not the same quality as silk screening. So that's the thought anyway. So still getting feedback from people. Awesome, Derek. I saw that you said that on the Facebook page, and I'm glad that they're comfortable too. So we'll see how they hold up to repeated washings. But yeah, there was my my business talk for the night. So I think I'm done with business and numbers. Ugh. And thanks for everybody for taking part in the poll on Facebook, on the Facebook group about vinyl versus resin minis. That's input that is valuable to me, because I'm trying to offer products to everybody. So you guys are the ones who are buying them. So I want to make sure I'm making things that you guys want. Hey, it's Jake! And I met Jake's dog the other day because I found out that Jake lives very close to me. So I owed something to Jake. So we met at our local ice cream place, and I met his very sweet and very large dog, Peach. So, hello, Sally Monster. Oh, it's okay. Go ahead and lurk. I'm gonna lurk here while I draw. It's kind of, yeah. Your dog is totally like a bear on a leash. And I know you were trying to stop your dog from jumping up on me, but it's fine. I love dogs. I love big dogs. So it didn't even faze me. I wasn't even thinking about it. But yeah, don't worry about it. I like big dogs. Someday. So Amanda and I drove about 80 miles yesterday to go to one of the bigger county fairs in Ohio. And yes, we got to visit goats, but we didn't. So the way that they have the pens for the goats at this fair is they have them like completely closed in, so you can't pet all the goats. Some of the 4-H goats, like the kids' goats, you can pet, but there was a sheep, and his name was Bullseye, and he was amazing. So, oh hey, look! I just noticed that Derek has the ghosts. That's awesome. Anyway, I really wanted to take Bullseye home. He was an awesome sheep, and he just did not want me to stop petting him. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, some of the animals, like last year, I think they had avian flu outbreaks, so they didn't even have chickens at any of the fairs we went to. E. coli. I think it's just because there was a dot in there. That's weird. Yeah, it's weird that they would mod that out. Stupid mod bot. So there was another sheep that I went to go pet, and it kept backing up and then moving towards me, and then we realized that it was trying to headbutt our hands. Like, it was trying to play with us. It was trying to ram our hands. So we just kept putting our fist in the pen, and it would back up, and it would like butt its head into our fists. So that was pretty funny. I want to get a dog, but Nacho would probably freak out and attack it. I don't think we'll be able to take care of it anyway. Yeah. Oh yeah, parents are the worst. Parents are the ones that teach their kids to be terrible people. Yeah, I've toyed with the idea of getting another dog, but I don't think I'll do it anytime soon. Plus, we travel a lot, so I like being a bad uncle to other people's dogs. I go and I pet them and I rile them up and make them and play with them and make them all crazy, and then I leave them with their owners. That's my favorite thing. Bad influence uncle, dog uncle. So we've been, there's been a flurry of activity in the studio the past couple of days. We've been doing a lot of prototyping for new figures for some shows coming up. Yes, it is the uncle's job. Oh, yeah, I was very respectful for your dogs. Your dogs are amazing, though. So, Ethan's dogs are blind. But they're very sweet. And it's very sweet of you to have blind dogs. Okay, watch. You see, I'm redrawing stuff all over the place here. He's gonna be much more compact in the finished drawing than he is in the sketch, but I think that'll make him kind of fun. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Ethan. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was very old, right? Well, he's fighting the Roomba in doggy heaven wherever he is. Well, that's a pretty good run for a dog. 15. I think Lucky, my pup was she was a rat terrier. She was 16 and she didn't have much left in her at the end of her life. Oh, well, thanks for stopping in. I'm sorry. Boy, that's interesting because we were just talking about dogs not doing well, but I wish your dog very well and good luck with the dog. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Sorry that the stream was late tonight. So yeah, we've been doing the ever so fun part of prototyping. So when you do a sculpt out of monster clay, you make another mold and then you cast it in resin and then you spray it with primer and then you sand down all all the rough parts, and then you spray it with more primer and you sand down all the rough parts, and then you spray it with more primer and sand it. So it's a pretty long process. So that's where we're at right now with a couple of pieces, and I'm looking directly off camera at some sculpts that I can't show you guys yet. Oh, it's Britt and Mary. Hello. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I felt the same way about my animals, Kesho. My dog made it to 16. My cat made it to 19. And after that, I'm like, I'm done. So. Oh, Nacho. So the sculpts are mine. Yes, they are mine and Amanda's. Amanda has one that she's been working on for a while, that she set aside for a little while, and now she had just finished it, so it's in sort of tooling phase right now. And then that will go off to the caster, and then they will be available probably. I think she'll have some for the Japan show, and she might have some. She'll probably most likely have some for Decon. Amanda is feeling much better. She's not coughing as much anymore. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kesho, about putting it down on your birthday. Oh. There's never a good time to do that. It's not something I want to go through anytime soon. So hence why I don't have any pets. I just have plants that I can eat. Oh, see, I love dachshunds. I've never had one, but I love them. I'd be hard pressed to find an animal I didn't like, though. Like I don't understand people that are dog people and cat people. I'm both. I love cats because they do whatever they want. I love dogs because they'll listen to you. So. Oh. Yeah, we were getting some bands from the hurricane up here, actually. It was super weird. It was like sunny and raining. But yeah, we've been watching what's been going on. It's pretty intense. So we're actually going probably within the week. Amanda and I discussed it with Steve. We're going to be doing we're going to be doing a really small run of a special color of the thimblebugs that will be a little bit more expensive. I think they'll be $25 each. And we're going to give all the profits to the locally United Way in the affected area. So we will keep you guys updated on that. It was just something we decided the other day, so it's something we're just gonna go for it and get them made. And like I said, the only money we're gonna take is for shipping, but we're not even taking that. It's just comes in the system and goes right out. So I'll keep you updated on that. But yeah, we wanted to do something like Steve put it really well. This is the toolkit we have. We're able to make things, and we're able to make things that you guys want anyway, so we can take that money and put it towards something that will help people that it was literally nobody's fault. You know, they were in the wrong place. That nature decided to dump some water on them, so we're gonna do what we can. So we'll let you know. But we're thinking about doing like some sort of clear glitter, something fun. But probably only about 40 of each, but you guys will know about it first, so yeah. Oh, Dana35 is now following, thank you. Yeah, thanks. I mean, the thing is, it's hard because we want to do all the things, so if we can use what we do as a springboard to help people, even just a little bit, we will. I lived through like 3 hurricanes when I lived in Florida. The Superstorm Sandy came through Ohio and knocked my power out for about 2 weeks, and shut down the schools, and we had to miss Halloween, and luckily we didn't have much damage, just some trees down. But yeah, I mean, I've been there. I was I when I lived in Florida, I basically opened up my house to all the people that were in college and didn't have a place to go, and I had a house and we could board up the windows and stuff. So everybody came to my house, and my house became a shelter for a couple days. And so weather's one of those things that nobody can control, and I kind of want to help. So, and I feel kind of helpless. So I'm gonna do what I can. Yeah, I've been through tornadoes. I've been through all the terrible stuff. Okay, I think I made his foot too small, but I'm just gonna leave it for right now because I kind of like the shape of it. So, how is everybody doing? That's what I want to know. It's almost Friday. I want to know how everyone's doing tonight. Been kind of a weird week. Oh man, tornado outbreak. Yeah, that tornadoes are not fun. I've been through 2 of them. One actually hit our house, and it was pretty gnarly. So, oh, thanks, Derek. Yeah, he's got armor all over him. You'll see. Okay, so the warning sirens. When I lived in Michigan, the sirens are about 8 feet tall, and typically they're on top of buildings, and they would set them off like once, I think the first Saturday of every month. They would just go off just to test them, and they would spin around, so you would hear this Doppler effect of them, like it sound like they're going further away, and then they would come towards you. But when I moved back there from Florida, literally at the end of my street, so my street was like, here's my street, here's my house, here's the main street, and right here was the siren. What's up, Creamy Panda? So it was like right at the end of our street, and when it went off, you could not stand in the street because it would just debilitate you. It was so loud. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. So when there's a tornado warning or threat, people usually go to their basements. Here, when we lived in Florida, you just go into an interior room if you had one, and you bring a mattress with you and throw it over top of you. So yeah, everybody goes in their basements or their storm cellars here. But I know there's a lot of places that don't have basements. Oh man, yeah, the hot weather, the weather's been nuts this year. Kids put on a bicycle helmet. That makes sense. Yeah, we would just bring like folding chairs down into our basement and just wait it out. It seemed like it always happened at night when I was a kid. But when we would go to my parents' cottage, the house was actually built on. It was a cottage, so it was built on cinder blocks and didn't have a basement. It just like there was space underneath it. So if it was really a tornado coming, you should go and get into the lowest spot, which is like jump into a ditch. And we actually just stayed in the house when the tornado hit, and it kind of like went right in front of our house and ripped up trees and threw stuff everywhere, and it was pretty terrifying actually. But then it like kind of went at an angle, like you could see it coming. It was lifting up water, and because my parents live right on a canal, and you could see it coming, and then it went right in front of the house and went at an angle and kind of hit the houses next to us and tore out all their trees and all that stuff. So it was like within arm's reach. It was pretty scary. Oh, that's awesome, Kesho. It's funny. I think we talked about the Maker's Mark Stinky Ginger. That was totally not planned, and I was gonna do a Photoshop version of it with a Maker's Mark label on it because it just totally looks like a bottle of Maker's Mark. But I'm glad you were able to track one down. I have a few Stinky Gingers. Um, I'll have to take inventory, but I have a few artist proofs that I never put up for sale. So maybe at some point I'll just chuck them up in the store. You guys have seen Stinky Ginger before, I assume. That's Stinky Ginger. This is the pink, like translucent one. So the bottom is translucent, and then the top is painted. Which piece did you pick up, Ethan? Yeah, you guys have been like crazy about finding pieces that are in other people's collections and then making them part of your collection. I'm pretty impressed. Tells me I gotta make more and fast. Sorry, I got quiet for a second. I'm concentrating. You can hear gears grinding and see smoke coming out of my ears. Yeah, it's totally like a bulldog. Wait till you see his spikes that I'm going to put on. Amanda's downstairs. She is painting eyes for hand-painted pipsqueaks for the convention's coming up, and she's painting like 100 eyes. It's pretty impressive. I made this guy really complicated when I was sitting at the school. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Katie girl. Yeah, when I was sitting at the school and I was supposed to be paying attention, I was like just getting more and more and more complicated with the armor. But so that's why I keep looking to my left because I have the rough over there. I'm trying to get it the same. How's the music? Is it distracting, guys, or can you even hear it? Oh, also some news. Oh, thank you so much, Derek. Yeah, it totally looks like a bulldog. Oh, that's awesome that your mom. Oh, that's great. Well, congratulations. Well, anyway, he's a winner in my heart. So there you go. Wouldn't mind the music be a little louder. I think I can. I think I can handle that. There, little louder. Piece from Green Pumpkin Kid. Is it the one is he sitting on his butt? Is it the small one with the feet out? And also, does he have the painted eyes or are they black? Because I think there was. I think there was a couple different ones. I'm definitely making a couple for the show in Japan. A couple of pumpkins. At least one. Yeah, okay, cool. You're getting all the pumpkins now. I hope you got a good price on that one. Okay, cool. Well, I'm not done with the spikes yet. I got more to go. We're in for the long haul tonight, guys. There's a lot of detail on this one. Okay, I'm glad that you got a reasonable price on it. I always feel bad when you guys, I hear how some of the prices that you spend. I never want anybody to spend more than I asked for it. And that's not me being greedy. It's just that's how much I want people to pay. I don't want them to pay more. And a lot of the time, so, okay, we'll talk about pricing. I mean, you guys understand already, but so I'm kind of preaching to the choir here. It's like an energy sword. That's awesome. Oh yeah, Chloe's teachers already knew that I was an artist, and she's like given them my coloring books and stuff. So I handed out some stickers to some of the teachers. So there's a gas station here. A sign end up in. Whoa, that's crazy. So you guys already know that galleries take 50% commission. I'm sure that you already knew that. And typically when we price things, say like the ones that I put in the show at Clutter, those are very, very cheaply priced. And I only get 50% of that. So say I put a piece for $300, it's $150. Well, you're not taking into account the mold, the resin, the labor. Not to mention, like, my time is insane. My time is valuable, and my education and my skill and ability. It's all worth stuff. So, oh yes, thank you, Britt. And I pay for shipping to the gallery. So this is something I've always had a problem with. I pay for shipping to the gallery. Then the gallery makes the customer pay for shipping, typically. So I'm paying for the shipping. The gallery doesn't have to pay for any shipping. It's just crazy. So thank you so much, Derek. That was pretty crazy. So, oh, I'm hearing something. I'm hearing somebody in the background. Yeah, like $12 on the Wii Beetle. So, yeah, there was Derek. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But so when you go to a gallery and you look at the prices, like, really think about. Some people put up like $150 for a piece, you know, and they're cut that in half and then cut it into thirds, and then you're thinking about like people are making like $30 for a piece. It's just crazy. So if you see the prices at a gallery and it's something that like you like and you scoff at the price, which you guys are awesome, like you guys are art collectors, you understand, but if you see somebody scoff at the price, you know, give them, like, help them understand that, you know, it's so, there's so many chunks taken out. So there you go. Thank you so much, Miss Katie Girl. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kesho. Yeah, I like it when you guys buy directly from us. There she is. The beautiful Amanda Louise
Hi.
Spade. She's
Hi.
feeling better.
How you doing? I probably still sound a little sick, but I'm feeling better.
No, you
Feel
sound...
good enough to drink.
You sound fine.
Are you guys talking about galleries?
Yeah, I was just kind of talking about the breakdown of how much things cost and the fact that galleries take 50%, but that also that makes us raise our prices a little bit, and also think about like for Japan, say, if it's an international show, well, we have to pay international shipping. I think for my second show in Japan, for one box, I paid $700 to ship it. Just for one box. I think I had 5 boxes.
I usually pay like $600 or $700.
I mean, it's usually around like $700 or $800 total. So.
Did I ever tell you my $100 drawing example
No.
for galleries? So it's like, let's say that you're going to charge $100 for a drawing. So you work on this drawing and, you know, you spend like $10 on materials, and then you spend $15 on a frame. So you're out $25, and then you have to pay $15 to ship and insure it. So you're at $40 now, and then you sell the painting, and you get 50 of the, or you sell the drawing and you get 50 of those $100, so you've made $10
Yeah.
on that $100 drawing.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people don't really, I don't know, they're never told. It's not that they're dumb, they just don't know.
It's just an ignorance thing. Bontakun, yeah, the prices are a little bit higher in Japan, but we still try to keep them lower. But I was gonna say something. But there's things like we still have to pay materials costs, and we still pay Steve. You know, Steve's on the payroll and he takes a cut too. So, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better. And I'm not gonna badmouth galleries. I've had a lot of good experiences with galleries. I've had a lot of bad experiences with galleries. But we hit this point where we could actually promote to more people than any of the galleries we were working with, and it just kind of made sense for us to kind of move Alphon around. So,
but to a lot of people, galleries have a really important role.
Yes.
So.
And to us, for a long time, you know, for me to get my name out there, working with a gallery was really important, and it's just not something I do from time to time. If somebody reaches out and said, "Hey, do you want to be a part of this?" If I have time, I will do it. But most of the time, I don't have time. So that's a good problem to have. But yeah, it's just not something we're really doing anymore because we don't really need to. But this is a terrible song.
Sorry, I was.
But again, I'm not gonna badmouth galleries. I would badmouth the ones that don't pay on time, that you know, handle the work improperly. Yeah, there's some bad things that happen in galleries, but you know, it's just like any business. Just look on Yelp. You'll find out that every business is terrible.
Sorry I was late. I was painting 50 pairs of tiny eyeballs.
Yeah, they were definitely a little bit higher, and the reason was okay, here's another problem. So when you ship to another country, we're shipping months worth of work. We're putting all of our eggs in this basket, and we're shipping it. We're hoping that the service that we paid to ship the work gets it there safely. But also, we don't want to lose our our butts on shipping. So we have to find like a good balance. If you set like the actual value of what you're sending over there, insurance on it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then the person receiving the work actually gets a super high tariff. So then they have to raise the prices on the pieces. So that it's hard to find like the right way to do that. And you know, dealing with international stuff, that's the only major problem I have with it.
And dollar exchange.
Yeah, and then like, what's the exchange rate like? So there's a lot to take in, but that's why it's good for us to just go, hey, we're selling it for this much, and then you go buy it from us. Bye.
It's a hard line to toe. That
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Casho. She says galleries are hard because even when you're close to a city, it's not like every gallery is going to work with the artists you like. True.
I mean, there's not really many galleries around here for us either.
No. Oh, I lost my chat. Hold on.
No.
Hold on a second. Where's my chat? There's my chat. They definitely do serve a purpose. Yeah, I'm glad that you got the triple ferb. Yeah, shipping international. Like, honestly, shipping to Canada is one of the things I hate doing the absolute most.
Oh, you've lost a couple.
Yeah, that's why I love. That's why Uncle Steve Brown, is our. That's why we pay him what we pay him, because he gets stuff to where it needs to be safely, and he deals with all the customs forms and all that stuff. So. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, as an artist, like, I didn't ever want to have to learn about any of that stuff, but I had to, and I'm learning about freight shipping now for some even bigger pieces. So, I don't want to have to take the time to do it, but it's something I have to learn about if I'm gonna be doing large pieces. So. But it's always good when somebody buys a really large piece and can just come pick it up. We've already discussed it. Hint, hint, wink. Oh, so last live stream I showed a sneak peek of a piece that I was working on. And I think I can show it again. So watch this screen here, Ray. You're only gonna see a tiny bit of it. That's all you're gonna see. That's all you're gonna see. I'm sure Derek already took a screen cap of that.
That's fun. That's a fun sneak peek.
Oh, Derek says browse for hashtag. See, he was ready. I'm sure he already took a screen cap. Yeah, more. It's definitely a dolphin. It's a sculpt of a dolphin.
Ugh.
What's wrong over there?
That wine
Something get gross?
That wine is no longer good.
Oh no! What wine was it?
It was the stuff from Trader Joe's. I think it's just
Cheap.
I was sick.
Oh.
And so I just think it oxidized and got gross.
Oh no. Do you have any other wine?
I do. I can crack into my penultimate bottle of Inferno.
Is it your last one?
No, it's my next to last one.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is.
I'm voting for Hercules Buddy, though. We've been calling everything Buddy lately.
Yeah.
Buddies.
Ever since I called the raccoons buddies.
Everything's a buddy now. Look at all these buddies.
Tussin time. It's tussin time. Tussin.
Oh my god.
Stop dying over there.
So pathetic.
Amanda's dying over there. Don't do it. I need you.
I'm still here, don't worry.
I was telling him about the fair we went to.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you talk about
Hercules?
Bullseye?
Yeah, Bullseye. I was gonna call him Hercules.
Oh, Bullseye
Yeah.
was the best ever. I wanted to take him home.
He was so sweet. I just started petting his face and like scratching the side of his face, and then he just like moved his face to where he wanted me to scratch, and then he just closed his eyes as I was scratching his face.
Sweet.
Bubbling baby, now with tussin. Is it full of tussin?
Gross.
Bubbling tussin.
Yeah. I almost just called him buckwheat.
Buckwheat. Bubbling baby is now partnered with tussin.
Bullseye made me want to cry. I wanted to take him home.
He was so sweet. Okay, I took a long time setting up this drawing because it's very complicated. There's a lot of slide whistle in this song.
I know, it's jazzy.
A lot of like drunk trombone. We were discussing about I just totally lost my train of thought
Oh.
because I was saying something and then I started reading something. Sorry, it'll come back to me or not. I'm old.
What did we have for dinner?
What did we have for dinner? I had, what did we have? We had stir-fried chicken with
Salad.
with soy and mirin with onions and a salad with ginger dressing. That's what we had.
It was very tasty.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Miss Katie Girl. I appreciate that. For the donation. Let's see. Ethan gets many rejections, he says.
Oh.
But he tries. And he has a lot of successes, too. Magpie swooping. Is it like when they attack people?
Yeah, because I guess this is like their nesting
Swooping season.
season.
It's
They call
swooping
it
season.
swooping season because every time you go out, you're gonna get
You get
like,
swooped-ed.
attacked by magpies.
Well, I told everybody that we were gonna do a charity release
Yeah,
soon.
we need to get
so,
on that.
well, I can start it tomorrow.
Okay.
Mary says her cat is fascinated with watching me draw. That's hilarious.
I can see that, like watching the little pencil, because it's not big movements; it's just small movements. Oh, okay. We have magpies here. I don't. Maybe not here. We have them in the States. I don't know if we have any here.
No, we don't have them here. They have them in
More
California.
rats,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're the swooping variety.
No, we don't really have birds that swoop here,
Blue
though.
jays.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
I've never been swooped at
If you
by
get
one.
too close to a nest, they will full on attack.
Huh.
My neighbor, when I was a kid, got completely bloodied from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, our magpies are corvids also, aren't they?
Yeah. So they're smart and territorial.
Right, and make weird mouth noises. What does a magpie sound like?
I don't know.
I've never heard a magpie. So I keep fussing with this one spike. I'm liking how it turned out. Okay, I think I'm gonna get into detailing this guy.
Yeah.
Bat in your house will swoop.
We have blue jays here, and they're really pretty birds, but they're big and they're aggressive and they're loud.
And they make really annoying sounds.
Yeah, and they will get aggressive if you get too close.
So I was sitting in my studio at my other house, and it had like two glass. It was basically like a sunroom, so it had windows all the way around, and then it had two glass doors that closed. And I was working in there late at night, and I saw what looked like a piece of paper fall to the ground. And I was really confused because the door, like, I didn't know what it was. And I looked, and it was a bat. A bat had gotten into my house somehow. And the first thing I thought was close the doors so it can't get out, and grab my camera. And then just started taking pictures of it flying around. And then I caught it with I put a glove on and caught it and let it go. But, yeah. I got some good photos. It's in the back of one of my sketchbooks, actually. The photo is still in my sketchbook. All right.
I like this song.
It's jaunty.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why I choose the direction that I do to have them looking. It just turns out that way. I'm never conscious of it though. I guess I'm never thinking about which way is this thing facing. Like the drawing I did this morning, the little schoolboy was facing the other direction. I don't really know why. So I was looking up Japanese elementary school uniforms this morning to reference that for that drawing this morning, because when we were in Japan, we passed by a bunch of elementary schools, and it's interesting when they go out for like recess and stuff. They all wear these like bucket hats. They look like rain hats or like little baseball caps.
They're always yellow.
And they're always yellow, and they look like construction hats. It's really funny. But they all have those backpacks that you said the name of it this morning.
I forget what it was.
But they're like, you said they were like $300 to $500
really
and they're
expensive,
super
all leather.
awesome leather backpacks. But
The kids have to carry them for like 6 years, so they have to be sturdy.
yeah. So, but that's what he was based on. He was based on a Japanese school uniform. Because I love uniforms, but there's so, I don't know, there's so few that you can make cute that don't have like connotations behind them. So I like Boy Scout uniforms and school uniforms.
I still think the sailor uniforms are cute.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, thanks, Kesho. Yeah, I did pass 800 a long time ago. I think if you go to the Flickr page, there are, I think, 1,061, I think. Amanda, could you put up the link to my Flickr album of the Scribbles? If you go to the Facebook page, there's a link to it. Just in case people want the link to every single drawing so far. And it's interesting when you go back to the first one. I had put all kinds of filters on it. They were scanned from my sketchbook, so I still have a bunch of those. Oh, thank you, Kesho. I may take you up on that someday. Yeah, that's awesome, Ethan. I'm glad that you remembered those old ones. Oh, awesome! Thank you, Red Jaro Jam, for all those little bits. Not like what I did here. Already off to a bad start. Oh, Derek said the backpack is called a rondosuru. I probably pronounced that improperly.
It is a language you don't speak, so you're forgiven.
Oh, thank you, Derek. I've been in Japan a couple of times. I kind of understand how people pronounce things. So, Retro Jam says, "Washing my shirt tomorrow without washing it." Boom. That's a proclamation right there. I like the idea of walking into a room and just being like, "Boom! Look, didn't even wash it. Boom."
Everyone's like, what? We don't care.
Britt would like to know where everyone is and if they've gotten their shirt yet, where they're located. I know Derek's in Hawaii. I ordered mine the day after they went up, and I am in Ohio, and I have not gotten mine yet. So. I think we need to have a shirt that says, "Wearing my shirt without washing it." Boom. It's just boom across the back.
I think you actually said washing my shirt without washing it.
Washing my shirt without washing it. Yeah, my brain. Telling you.
It's okay.
Doesn't always do what I ask it to do. I was telling Amanda, I was giving her an analogy about how my brain works sometimes when I start a sentence, and it's sort of like looking down a street, and sometimes I can see the end of the street where I'm going, and sometimes it just gets real foggy at the end of the street. So by the time I get to the end of a sentence, I can't think of the word that I know is coming, but I'm hoping the fog will clear and I'll see it, but it just doesn't. And then I just sit there going, what's that word I'm trying to say? What's the name of that thing? I had hoped when I threw this Hail Mary of a sentence that I would know it by the time I got to the end. So, yeah, washing without washing. That's dry cleaning, right? That's what Jake says.
Yeah. It's like airing
it's like
it out.
Traveling without moving.
Sorry, guys.
Gross. Are we gonna have to kick you out of here for coughing so much?
Might.
Yuck. I got quiet, sorry. You guys are all talking to each other anyway.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sculpting and typing.
I was telling them all about the fun of tooling a master.
Oh god, yeah, that's
Prototyping.
it's a party.
It's a party filled with sawdust or resin dust
Just sanding and priming.
and repeat.
Yeah.
That's funny, Miss Katie girl. We had a word like that. What was the word? Brioche.
Brioche. Oh yeah, we couldn't remember it forever, and then it just happened to come up.
Yeah. Tell me all the toy making secrets. Oh boy.
A lot of time.
Podcasts are good to listen to when you're doing all the things that are menial, that take a long time. Get ready to spend a lot of money on silicone and resin. have a place in your home that is well ventilated for toxic chemicals.
Always wear your respirator.
Always wear respirators.
OSHA approved.
Change the filters in your respirators.
NIOSH, rather.
Wear goggles. Here, actually, Amanda,
Yeah.
could you either get something for me or take over the stream for a second?
What's that?
Could you get the Kangarumple prototype that's downstairs?
Yeah.
Do you,
Okay.
or I can grab
No,
it.
this wine is trash.
Can you-
get some new stuff?
Can you get me something?
What do you
to
want?
drink? Whatever you find.
Do you want?
There's lemonade. Can I have lemonade,
Okay.
please?
I didn't know.
No alcohol.
I was gonna say I didn't know if you want alky or no alky.
Wait, hold on a second. Somebody. Wait, this song's gotta get modded. Let's see. Tracking says I get my shirt tomorrow. I don't know why you got the mod bot. There. I allowed it. Don't know why it said that. Yeah, Steve actually put up a really interesting, a few informative posts over on the Facebook group about the shirts, like how they're produced and why the shipping does what it does, because it seems to make no sense. It's sort of like when you fly out of Cleveland to go to California, but go to Washington D.C. first to fly that way. It's similar to that. Like there's a reason for it, and Steve kind of planned it out. So, I'm not even looking at Twitter right now. I can't. I just go on there and I drop a drawing and then I run away because I can't deal with human beings right now. I can't deal with this seemingly insane in this world right now. So I'm just quietly trying to do my part to make people happy. It becomes very difficult. I find myself just going, why can you not just not be crazy? But I realize that's an impossible question to answer. So, budding artists out there, don't do what I do and don't start on the right side. If you're right-handed, start on the left side so you don't rest your hand across it.
Here is lemonade.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So does all the new Star Wars merch drop tomorrow? I don't know if it does. I did hear about an evil BB-8 today. Let's see. Something not setting the world on fire. I saw the internet today with some dude live streaming breaking the world record for freestyling. Huh, that's it. Like rapping? That's interesting. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys is this is Kangarumple. I'm sure you guys have met. And he was from a mold straight from the sculpt. And I wasn't entirely happy with the surface of it. It's hard to see on the camera, but you can see there's some places where it's not smooth. So, so what I had to do was I had to make another cast of Kangarumple, and I made it in a lighter resin, but that's besides the point. And it is a white resin, and then I spray the resin with gray primer, and where you sand away the primer, you can see can see where the bumps were. So I'm going to show you guys. This is after it's been primed and before it's been primed again. So I primed it, I sanded it, and it's going to be primed again. So this is how many high spots there were. All the stuff that's white is areas that were not smooth and even, which you cannot see unless you spray it a dull color and then sand it. And then you can see that anywhere where there's gray was basically a depression. So when you sand over the surface, the white comes out. And this is a step that most people don't see, and it's a step that most people don't even do. So when we're trying to go from an original sculpt to a really clean output, like, sorry about the noise here, like a thimble bug, you can see how smooth it is. It's been through this process. So the next Kangarumples that come out will actually look different. They'll be much smoother, and I will be much happier. But so what's going to happen is this is going to get sprayed again. Yes, it is almost the entire thing. It's going to get sprayed again, and then probably steel wooled, so that it's nice and smooth and shiny. And then there's some other areas wherever there's red, that's Bondo, where there was a hole that I had to fill in. But these are the steps that we go through to make these things as, basically like manufacture ready as possible. But if you go straight from the clay, like I said, you can see these bumps, and it's not smooth. So it's hard to smooth this clay perfectly. So you need something that's more rigid, so then you cast it in resin, and then you have more control over making the surface smooth. So, well, thank you so much, Miss Katie Girl. We'll see you soon. Kangarumple will probably be at DCon. Probably will be in Japan. I'm doing some one-offs for Japan for sure. But yeah, so this is the new. This is from the original master. This is the new master, and it'll be much smoother. And you'll see it. You might not notice, but I will know, and that it makes me sleep well at night.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Like, no one's gonna notice this.
I missed a little bit. Did you do this after the ones released at 5 points? Yes, I did. So the original 5 points ones will be a little bit different. Okay, I gotta get back into this drawing. I've been yapping so much. Yeah, so I tried with Kangarumple. I tried to see, if it would hold paint better. And all it did, lead break. Come on. And all it did was just aggravate me every time I looked at it. So I decided to make a new master.
Literally, no one is going to be able to tell.
No one's going to be. I'll be able to tell. You guys will be able to tell if you have one of each. Oh, also, so this resin, I'm just gonna talk about this. This resin weighs about a third of this resin. This is called Featherlight, and it's a really strange resin. This one takes. This is Smoothcast 300. This is Featherlight. This casts in about 10 minutes. This takes 2 hours in the pressure pot. So, I want to do everything in this because it's much lighter, which means it's easier to ship, cheaper to ship for everybody. But it takes too long. So
that's 2 hours solid pressurization.
Yeah, pressure. So I'm spending money on the electricity to keep the air compressor going. And I can't put anything else in the pressure pot for 2 hours. So it's just not, logistically it doesn't work. So is there any difference casting a standard Wee Beetle versus the piece you did for Clutter beyond the sparkles in the resin? different resin. So there's two different. There's a 326 and a 300. 300 is solid white, and we tint that, and then the 326 is clear, and you also tint that. But they're both pressure cast. The 326 takes longer to set up, and I made specific eyes for it, and I hand sanded that one. So there you go. Yeah, I just did it with the master because I was testing out that resin, and I had one, so I just decided that it sands much faster on my belt sander too, so that helped, and it helps with me doing the tooling. I don't have to work so hard sanding it all down. So the feather light stuff is much better.
Does it hand? Excuse me. Does it hand sand faster?
Yes. So it might be something
Sorry.
you want to consider for doing masters in the
Yeah.
future. Master.
I was gonna go there. Man, I wasn't coughing all day, and now I'm doing it again.
So the thing about the eyes in the wee beetle is, because I cast them myself, I actually had to hand trim the backs of the eyes with an X-Acto blade to get them to fit in properly. So those ones took a little bit longer. But yeah, they're all the same. All three of those pieces were the same batch of resin. Same batch of resin for the eyes, same batch of resin for the body. But there was a lot more sanding and polishing after those.
Oh,
So
you did them all at the same time?
yeah. But to get those to like the finish that I wanted them, because there is a seam on Kangarumple, I had to do a lot of finishing work on that. But yeah, I definitely made those pieces really low priced. But it was also because there's no paint on them; they were just resin. But that doesn't negate the amount of work and toil and torment I went through. I don't think the new Kangarumple will belittle the old Kangarumple. I'll keep them away from each other. They'll be on separate shelves. I can tell you this one's going to go a little long. Apologies ahead of time.
Man, you ever sculpt something and then you look at it and you're like, I don't know, man.
Yes. All the time. Oh, Wartooth Designs, thank you so much. I'm glad that you caught it too. Hello. We started a little late tonight because I had an open house for my daughter's school. So I'm glad it worked out. Yeah, that's awesome that all of the clutter pieces went to the Critter Crew.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So don't expect a lot of stuff like that. I thought it was a fun show, which is why I said yes to it, and then I immediately regretted saying yes to it because it fell in the middle of us working on a lot of other things. That's why we don't do stuff like that. It has nothing to do with what we think about the gallery or anything. It's just we just don't have the time. And then we always forget and end up scrambling.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah.
Bad time management.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Most of the time for me.
Oh, well, I'm glad that I'm helping you work faster. The cow. Do we already have things planned into 2018? The only thing we have planned is Thimblestump 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
You can most likely guarantee Decon. High probability of 5 points. Festival.
Like these it's like a weather forecast.
Yeah, there's a low pressure 5 points festival moving in from the south. Actually, be moving in from the west.
Yeah.
And beyond that, there's a couple of things. I want to work on 3D sculpting. I want to learn how to do it. And new product. Couple more coloring books are going to come out next year.
I want to work on apparel.
But yeah, we want to work on apparel and just figure out some stuff. We're like regrouping. So, and I have a couple of big sculpts I need to work on. Oh, awesome! Thanks, Wartooth. Did you come to the Cardboard Spaceship booth? Let's see, a winery tour in Oregon in 2018, right?
Sure.
Let's go.
I like wine. Obviously.
I like Oregon. I've never been, but I've
Oregon's
been to Seattle. You keep telling me that. It's where all the weirdos go. We have some friends up there.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing? I'm drunk. I'm not drunk.
Lemonade.
Derek says, I'd like a ticket to the big sculpt line, please. I'll have to consider that one, considering I've been really, really bad about managing my time on working on the ones that I've already accepted. So, yeah, I didn't expect them to be as big of a process as possible, but I have some ideas that might speed up the process. I need to look into them and see if they're cost effective. So.
I wonder if that was the Rotofuji booth.
Huh. Might have been. It might have even been ours. Oh, yeah, Derek. I saw that you posted something there, and I thought it was sports related, and somebody said sports ball. Yeah, Chris and sports don't mix. Sorry. No offense. I'm sure they're gonna catch a gutter ball or something.
Chris clearly knows a lot about sports.
No, I listen. I know more about sports than I'll let on, because I worked with the sports department at the newspaper. So I only know because I had to.
You were also a competitive team swimmer.
Yes, I was a competitive swimmer
So you know swimming.
for like 6 years. So I know about swimming. That's about it. And I know about street skateboarding from the years of 1989 through 1995.
That's very specific.
Well, I'm a very specific person.
Of a very specific age.
Of a very specific age. Bones Brigade. That's all I'm going to say.
Maybe me busting out the Nirvana today.
Oh yeah, you were listening to Nevermind.
Figured I'd
Living our glory days.
Right, just age myself. It's a really good album.
Ethan was very excited about Multiple Eyes on this guy. I kind of screwed him up already though.
Don't tell people that.
Oh, sorry. Well, when they see the eraser come out, I assume that they know that I screwed it up.
No, you're just highlighting.
Right, yeah, I'm adjusting. Wait, what are you in awe of Derek? The fact that I don't know anything about sports?
Somehow I doubt it.
No. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate it. One of these days, I keep hoping a company is just gonna be like, hey, we really like all these kaiju. We're gonna produce all of them, without me having to go to them and do any sculpting or do anything. Be like, they're done. That would be very that'd be nice if somebody just, if Instinct Toy just said, here's all the money. We're making these. Boom.
Maybe someday.
Ethan just said, Derek, you want to go into business? Yes, Britt, it's a blending technique.
See?
The eraser.
That's what she's talking about.
It's funny, my dad watched the live stream and he said, Chris, do you ever pay attention to how you turn your pencil around when you erase? And I said, no, I don't. And he's like, on the live stream, it looks like you're doing a magic trick because you do it so fast. And I never paid attention to how I do it. So I guess I flip my pencil around fast.
It's like a metal drummer.
Right. Well, I don't even think about it. Well, I can do that too. I can spin a drumstick around. Yeah.
Like a chicken drumstick or a turkey drumstick.
Am I going to DesignerCon? Yes. Amanda and I have a booth. For those of you who have gone to DesignerCon in the past and you know where our booth has moved.
Sorry.
So I'm sorry. You're gonna have to consult the map. We'll post. We'll post info about where it is.
Far.
I think it's one row up. We're in the same room. We're in the back. So we shouldn't be hard to find. I was getting used to our little island back there, but it's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This is fine. Yes, this is fine. Oh, that's awesome. You're going out there with Tested. We're buddies with those guys, so.
Oh, that's great.
You know Norm, and we know Frank, and we know, who else do we know? Chinbeard.
Yes. Well, we're weirdos, so come be a weirdo.
Yeah, come be a weirdo. We know all those guys. We know Norm's dog, Ripley.
Oh, Ripley.
Oh, that's awesome. He works for Frank.
Oh, nice.
Tell Frank to not be a stranger. I haven't heard from him in a while. I know he's like not doing anything.
I was gonna say it's probably because he's lounging
He's never
around,
doing anything.
drinking beer and watching TV.
Well, Britt, you'll just have to tell us what her name is if you don't go. We'll give her a password, and she'll like wink and give us a secret handshake and be like, she'll be your liaison, and we'll know, and we'll take good care of her.
Yeah, I can imagine he's crazy busy right now.
Every time we've been to his shop, he's been like so crazy busy on so many different things.
It's like he keeps getting incrementally busier.
Well, yeah, and then he keeps moving his shop and getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
The first time we went out there, he was in a smaller shop, and then he's moved twice since we've been there. She'll bow, not handshake. That's right, yeah, we're not shaking hands. I don't want to get sick again.
Me either. Oh, is this Bubba Pig?
Yeah. No, it's Gene Austen.
Oh, it is Gene.
Oh, I totally missed that. Mary said, I think they'd make a cool cartoon. Thank you, Mary. I think that'd be kind of fun. Like kaiju monsters.
Oh, now I hear what this is. This is my favorite version of this song.
This is My Blue Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Send her with a bottle of Tussin. Is that how everybody's gonna greet us now? We're like, I wanna like go to a bar and saddle up to the bar and be like,
you got any Tussin?
yeah.
Straight.
Tussin straight up.
Make it a double.
Tussin on the rocks.
One for the lady, too.
Wall Tussin? Yeah, only top shelf for my lady.
I was gonna say, no, I'll take the well liquor. Just the regular Tussin.
Oh, Derek said that he had dinner with Hiroto-san.
Oh.
Hiroto-san from Instinct Toy. Oh, that's great. So I actually gave him some toys when we were at 5 Points. So maybe we'll keep pushing that. Thank you, Derek. We might take you up on that. Are you going to go visit him when you go to Japan? And if so, we're going to tag along. I just invited ourselves. I love everything that Instinct Toy is doing.
Yeah, they do great stuff.
They're doing amazing stuff. I worked very hard to get Amanda a piece. One of their earlier pieces, the Mookie.
Oh yeah, when we showed off.
Yeah. It's a really, really cool piece.
It was the first release of this, right?
Yeah, and it was the Japanese release, and then they released them over here. But when that first came out, people weren't clamoring as much for their stuff, and now it's like impossible to get. So.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah, he's so cool.
He's awesome.
So here, I'll show. So he's like this bear, and he's flocked too, which is awesome. But he's this bear, and then like he has these crazy sharp teeth in here. But he's also got my favorite, and he's got these awesome claws. But he's got my favorite feature is he's got the germ on his butt. It's such a great feature.
Double face. Yeah, I love him.
Oh, that's awesome. He's gonna be at Tokyo Comic Con too.
Oh, nice.
So. Yeah, the line at 5 Points for Instinct Toy was bonkers. My favorite things from Instinct Toy so far have been those little tiny guys. The little Rangius.
The ones that I have?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Byron and the Rangius. They're so cute. I wanted the white ones, but I'm very happy with my pastel ones.
Yeah. Another purchase I made behind your back. I'm always buying her stuff and she doesn't know it, and I give it to her later.
They're so good.
Oh, that's great, Britt. Actually, can you grab me one of those?
Yeah, which one you want?
Whichever one. Like
well, here, I'll give you because it's like a progression.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw these. You might have seen them online, but if you saw them online, you haven't seen them in person. You can't tell how small they are. They're so good. And the great thing is they came with different tails, and this one actually came with a different second half of the body, so you could hang them. Like these stand
like
up,
keychains.
but you can hang them like keychains. But they're so good.
And these eyes aren't painted on.
Yeah,
they're actually little separate pieces.
Yeah, they're so good. But I collect Takunji's work anyway, so I was really happy to get this little cute guy.
Look at them, they're so cute.
They're so cute. Look at his little feet. How they they're so good.
Give him back. That's me eating them.
Yeah, I told you this one was gonna take a while, guys.
Whoa. Derek says the crazy thing is that the 5 Points line was mild versus the lines in Asia, which is insane.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Send him a message. Sorry, discussing business. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what it's gonna be like in Tokyo. Yeah, I really like collecting super small things. I I collect some of Uamo's tiny. They're so tiny, little tiny resin or vinyl figures.
They might be the smallest tiny little vinyl things.
They're so small.
And they're jointed.
Yeah, yeah. They have articulated heads. They're so cool, and they're made so well. That's the only thing I have of hers, though.
I love the little tiny, like, are they slimes? Like
Which
the
ones?
little, like, the Uamo. They're like.
Oh, they're like ghosts.
Yeah, they come
Yeah.
with little, like, balls of goo or something.
Yeah.
They're really cute.
Also, that little Nagora, I forget what it's called. Not the gachapon ones. The little hand painted ones. Chloe has one.
Oh, right.
It's like a chibi Nagora.
Yeah, they're cute.
Britt probably knows what that's called. If Teresa was here, she would tell us what it's called. Yeah, what's the chibi Nagora called? I keep forgetting. And then
Someone's gotta know.
she has like a she has a fox too.
No, I think it's like it's a
Oh,
dog.
it's a dog.
I think
That's
it's
right.
A Shiba Inu.
Yeah, her Kanatsu's work is amazing. I love her toys. Oh yeah, she's an amazing collector, Teresa Hawkins. She's very tenacious and she loves the cute stuff. She posted those photos that she posted of our minis over on the Facebook page were so cool. Like, it actually made me excited, like,
That's pretty awesome.
to see them. Like, it helps us in terms of like deciding what colors we're gonna make for other things coming up. So. Alright, I got all the mid-tones down. Now I gotta go in and darken up some of these shadows. Migora. Ethan says I tried recreating that photo and failed. I think she takes a lot of time with her photos. Have your wife take the photo. She's good at taking photos of things. You're just a lowly engineer. You're only good at that.
So who else is working? Who else is doing stuff right now? I'm sculpting. Chris is drawing.
I'm drawing. I'm thinking. Ethan says I only like numbers, not pretty things. All right, Derek. Hopefully we'll see you. If not, have an awesome night. Ooh, somebody's quilling. Oh, that's something you don't hear people doing very often. Oh no, Red Jar Jam. Then you should stop and draw something else. Unless it's a job. Then you should continue it. Toilet golf balls. I forgot all about that conversation.
How could you forget?
Toilet talk. Let's get into it.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't coughing at all today.
It's
I
okay.
don't know what's going on.
It's okay. We understand. You're still on the mend. Again, I'm sorry I set everybody up for such a long drawing here. We're at 1 hour and 37 minutes. That's actually not that bad. We usually go about 146. All right, Britt, thanks for stopping in. Good seeing you as always. All right, Mary, thanks for popping in. Always good to see you. Ooh, we got some epic wind outside.
Blustery.
Oh, it's only 8 p.m. there. We don't have like a super full chat like we had last Thursday.
No, we're as busy.
I think because I was late, but yeah. I don't know. Sometimes after a while, people catch on and then it goes crazy. But I'm not complaining. I like all you guys. It's easier when there's less people in the chat.
Man, I wish there was like a real life undo like there is in Photoshop.
Oh, I always think that when I'm sculpting.
Because I just hecked this up.
Oh no. What are you sculpting?
Face, and I have to start over again. Alright, I'm just
What happened?
It just, the proportions are just all off.
Is it because you're drinking?
No, it's because it was never good to begin with.
Oh.
You know how it goes.
Can't paint a masterpiece on a ripped canvas.
Sometimes you just...
Unless you're Robert Rauschenberg.
And then you get into museums.
Right. Then you rip the canvas on purpose. And then pour tar on it. And then stick it over a goat's head.
This is nightmare fuel, though. What's left over after I took everything out.
Oh my gosh. We'll just talk about tussin' and bubbling baby. Bubbling baby. Bubbling baby.
How scary this is.
Oh.
Yeah, that's getting recycled.
Oh no, I hate super short deadlines. That's why I don't take on freelance anymore. It's funny because I get a lot of requests for freelance and I turn them all down because I don't want to deal with that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean the thing is the work's not hard. It's actually very simple work, but also like I'm kind of done being art directed by people. I've earned that, I think.
I mean, that is why you quit, right?
It's part of the reason. Kesha said that looked cool from here. You should see. There's one stage of her sculpting that is always so nightmarish.
Melted baby faces.
It's so scary.
I'll never show anybody.
But they get cute really fast.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
It's really, really, really frightening. And you're often doing a bunch at once, too, so there's like an army of terrifying, skinless faces. I am done working for the man. I mean, if I have to get a job again, I would, but I don't think that's going to happen again.
We'll see how the economy goes.
Oh, no. I'm never going to be a person that blames the economy. I just want to keep trying to be clever. And hope it works.
We're making a luxury product, so.
Yeah, and people are going to need more luxury products the more the world falls apart to make themselves feel better because everything's terrible.
It's true.
Right, guys? Right? Please? Guys? Don't abandon me here. There's going to be more art made in the world right now.
I think so, actually. I think people are pretty inspired.
Kesho says he's working for himself, but doesn't that make him the man?
It does.
That's right. I am the man.
Worst boss.
I am the worst boss. I'm always in my head, too.
Getting sassy.
Thank you, Kesho. I know that you did. She said she bought 3 drawings. See? So if everything was going great, you wouldn't have bought any.
This song.
This is Sophie Tucker. She's really dedicated to that. Well, thank you, Munchie LB. Looks like you're new in the chat. I appreciate that. Everybody, welcome Munchie LB. Yeah, I get that comment a lot when people look at my drawings that don't know my brand. And they're always like, this is a scribble? I've been working on it for over an hour. So it's just the name of the brand. I'm by no means like saying like, this is just what my scribbles look like. It's just a fun word. And when I first started the brand, they were very fast drawings that I was doing in the morning.
They were more scribbly then.
They were more scribbly, and they've gotten more and more refined over time. So, but the brand name was already there, so I just stuck with it. Yeah. So for those of you that are new here, every Friday on Instagram, I post a Kaiju monster. So that's my Kaiju Friday hashtag. So Thursday night on the live stream, I always do a Kaiju. So Munchie LB is now following. Thank you. So that's what this guy's all about. If you go to my Instagram, or if you just go to Instagram, which is right here. You look at the hashtag for Kaiju Friday, you'll see all of them. I think there's 30 of them now. And it's fun to see them all together, actually. I was just looking at them the other day. They all look like they're like in the same world. So I've been trying to be very cognizant of how I'm drawing them too. Like a lot of them are in profile, so because I want them all look like they work together. Yeah, see, don't we have a nice polite crew here, Munchie? This is the hashtag critter crew, if you didn't know.
We're not real edgy.
No, we're not edgy at all. We're not snarky. We have a lot of bad puns that get thrown out around here. Not a lot tonight though.
I think everyone's a little tired.
Not that that's an invitation.
Well, Miss Katie girl left, so.
Oh yeah. Whew! I mean,
she's our punster.
She is our punster. Yeah, I was telling Amanda the other day, a lot of times when the cameras go on and I start working, my brain just shuts off. Usually, like, I got jokes going all day, so much that Amanda doesn't want to talk to me.
Denise Henborn. Mother of chickens.
Mother of chickens. Is it a frame of fire made of dragon stone? Oh, Amanda doesn't know anything about what's happening in Game of Thrones.
No, but I'm going to start watching Game of Thrones, I think.
So don't tell her anything.
I saw a great article today that said, like, some fans are disappointed that the actor that plays Daenerys is not blonde.
She's never been blonde.
Someone said, wait till they find out the dragons aren't real. They're going to be crushed.
No, she's saying that the frame will say Mother of Chickens.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. You gotta give it all the other 16 titles that we gave it.
I thought that was Lost.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm actually pretty excited to see everyone stab each other. It's gonna be good.
Stab. Oh yeah,
boobies and stabbing. That's what I'm going for.
They just stabbed somebody else on the last episode, so
good.
The stabbing continues.
You said that there's no time for boobies now, though. It's just stabbing.
And there's a little
Stabbing and
bit, but
chaos.
it's like not. Yeah, it's mostly stabbing. That's that's awesome, Kesho. Yeah, Jake, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. That was one of the more satisfying stabbings. Not that any stabbing is satisfying, and I don't condone anyone stabbing anyone, but
But sometimes there's a good one.
but in context of the story, yeah, that guy needed to go for sure. I don't think anybody's gonna argue with that. The TNA really slowed down. Oh no.
Oh, as an exposition? Nice.
Yeah, Modbot does not like you tonight,
No.
Kesho. I'm so sorry.
It doesn't like the word sex, and it certainly does not like E. coli, apparently.
I'm gonna have to. I'll get in there and mess with the settings because
No, I think it's really funny, actually.
Yeah, let's see how G we can make this.
E. coli, I'm on it.
I want to see you guys just start using like old timey expletives so it won't pick them up.
What was the random one the other day that it got? It was something
I can't remember. It was very strange.
It had nothing to do with anything. Can someone write blue-footed boobies and see what happens? Not Kesho, because she's been modded a lot.
It's a bird, guys.
Yeah, I just
A
wanna
booby
see
is a bird.
I just want to see what Modbot does. It's the best bird, by the way.
It is the best bird.
They do the best dance.
They really do, and they're so clumsy. It didn't. What?
It did! Wow, it did nod you. Okay.
I allowed it. I'm gonna allow it.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna have to teach my Modbot.
The difference between boobies and boobies.
Yeah. But even like if you wrote the word booby, like I think I would let my 11-year-old write that. Which she doesn't have a Twitch account yet, but she really wants one so that she can watch the live stream. G. Willikers, there's a good one.
I think that, I think 1950s Modbot is kind of charming, though.
Yeah. Oh no, you cannot! No! Your friends of ill repute are gonna have to wait outside on the porch, Chris.
Lake Titicaca.
What about Shih Tzus? Those are good.
Oh.
But I think that's IHTZ.
I mean, it has the word in it, but it's a different word, so I think you'd be okay.
We're just gonna have to find the way around it.
Right.
You're gonna have to do like the FCC guideline swearing, the workarounds.
Oh, like get these monkey fighting snakes off this Monday to Friday plane.
Yeah, that's the best. Did you guys ever see the TV edit of Snakes on a Plane? It's so good. Samuel L. Jackson at his best. Although some of the ones for The Big Lebowski were pretty good too. This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps, Larry.
So good.
This is what happens, Larry. And he just keeps saying it over and over again. When you find a stranger in the Alps.
Which, in the context of the
Funk and Wagnalls. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
In the context of the movie makes no sense.
No. Cheese and crackers. Getting there on this guy. He had a lot to shade. My fault, I know. I did this to myself. Oh, so update on Horizon Zero Dawn. I skipped ahead and went to an area where I wasn't supposed to go because I don't like following rules. And I had to fight another storm bird. And then I think I found the end of the game, but it wouldn't let me get anywhere. So I'm gonna have to actually go and follow the storyline. So, but I killed a storm bird. Took out a few stalkers.
Chris has been needing to go to this place called the Grave Horde forever.
Yeah, for like 3 weeks.
And it's like every so often, the game will give you like a really gentle nudge where you're walking around in the countryside. It'll just come up in the corner. It'll be like,
go to the Grave Horde.
Go to the Grave Horde.
Yeah.
It's just like a gentle nudge.
Maybe, hey guys, I mean, I don't know if you had time, maybe you could just like, I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, it'd be really nice if you could just show up at the Grave Horde. I mean, it's not.
It's just such a like pleasant nudge. Like,
yeah.
Hey, if you have time.
Yeah, Redhead Redemption. That's right. It must have been a long teacher conference. It kind of was. I was just like drawing forever, not listening to the teachers try to attempt to make jokes and prolong the what was it? Orientation.
Was there like silence and then a cough?
No, because there's a lot of normies laughing. Yeah. Oh, what he did there was clever. So what was really funny was one of the teachers said what year he graduated high school, and then like I had to do like a what, because he graduated 2 years before me, and guy looks like he's 15 years older than me. So that happens a lot to me, and I'm like, whoa, man, you're old. Do I look that old?
You don't look that old.
Am I that? I mean, I know I'm that old. I act that old. No, I don't act that old.
No.
But yeah, it's always a little jarring when somebody who like looks like an adult to me says how old they are, and they're like the same age as me. Like, wait a second.
What happened to you?
Oh, Kesho says I have good aging genes. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, my parents don't look that old either, but they're not that old, so.
Yeah, your parents are young.
I have very young parents. Not yet 70. Not even 65 yet.
No. Oh, I think my parents have pretty good aging genes.
They do. And they're almost 70.
Yeah.
What's really funny is if you meet Amanda's parents and you look at both of them, there is no question whose child she is.
Yeah.
You're like a perfect cross-section of the two of them.
I look a lot like my dad.
Yeah. But you look like your mom, too. But yeah, you and your dad are like, if I saw a shadow silhouette of the two of you,
Yeah, we're the same.
I'd be like, who is that? Which one is it? That's awesome. Yeah, Amanda's grandmother
My grandma, too.
is 90 something,
She just turned 90, and she does not look 90.
and she does yoga.
Yeah.
She's so spry and sassy.
She's very sassy. Sometimes to the point where it's kind of like,
Yeah, stop being sassy.
okay, Grandma. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how genetics work. Like, I think I look like my mom, but
You look a lot like your mom.
I think I look like my dad too. Parts of
You
me.
have your dad's nose.
My dad's
You have the
nose.
sharp Ryniak
The
nose.
sharp Polish nose. Yeah, that's another thing Amanda and I were discussing. We were at the fair the other day, and they had this like cultural building where the cultural society set up all these little like shrines to the different countries from around the
The
world.
word shrines, I think they were just like displays.
They were informative
Informative
displays.
displays.
I like them as shrines. Anyway, but it dawned on me like I know nothing about the region of the world where my family is from. So I'm Polish. I'm Polish, Romanian, and Scottish, but I don't know anything about the Polish side. So, and I don't know if anybody's still alive who really knows anything about it. So, it might be really hard to find out.
What the heck, Modbot?
Wow, what's going
They
on?
modded, does your grandma drive a red Cadillac?
That's really weird. Okay, we're gonna have to go and hit it with a rolled up newspaper.
I think it's cute, but that's getting a little much.
Yeah, that's a great insult. Good one.
Your grandma drives a red Cadillac.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to get in there and be like, no, Modbot, no. What are you doing? Look what you did. Rub its nose in it.
Look what
You did this.
Oh my god! Ethan, I'm sorry. Is it the word Cadillac?
It's not letting the word Cadillac?
No.
Weird.
Ethan said red Cadillac is very salacious. So I don't know if it's Cadillac or salacious. So maybe
Wow.
Cadillac and see what happens.
I like that we're like testing the limits of the
Yeah.
Modbot.
Boobies, Cadillac.
I can add. There's a list that you can add to allow the words.
Okay, now Cadillac's fine.
Weird.
Does it have memory? Like, does it remember what we allow?
I think you can program it. Admittedly, I haven't spent a lot of time tinkering with it.
Don't say tinkering. That sounds.
Oh yeah, sorry, Modbot. I said tinkering. It sounds a lot like tinkling, which is something a 5-year-old would say when talking about urinating, which will probably also get dinged. Alright, I'm just gonna add some spots to this guy and put some shading underneath him, and then he will be done.
I just made the doofusy face. The
The
most doofusy face I've ever made.
Oh, sculpted wise?
Yeah. He's a doofus.
Can I see? He's pretty doofusy. He's toofusy too.
You guys gotta see how doofusy he is.
He's pretty doofusy.
Look.
Here, put him under here.
Oh.
He's a doofus. Look at that tooth.
Doofus. He's got a little walk tooth.
Maybe they don't want free advertising for Cadillac.
That's not.
Want tooth.
Walk tooth.
Swamp tooth?
Aw, thanks, Kesho. He's doofy.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of Amanda's work on here.
Well, I don't want to steal your thunder.
I don't
It's
care.
your show.
It's our show. It's the Chris and Amanda show. Ask anybody.
The Chris and Amanda Show.
It's like the Muppet Show.
I miss being able to like talk and sing without choking on every word.
You'll get there. Just stop smoking. Doofy. Toofy. Doofuses.
Doofy tooth.
That's what you should call him.
Doofy tooth.
Doofy tooth. There's whistling in this song.
There is. I'm still wanting to do it too. I just gotta like, it's like Tiny Prop Stock and Wine is on like one side of this huge marsh, and I need to wade through all this stuff in order to get to it. I'm getting there, but I'm still waist deep in like reeds and duckweed.
One thing at a time. She'll get there.
Because there's so many tiny things that need to be made and talked about.
It's true. Well, I'm going to do the shading on this guy, and then we're going to get out of here, because you are losing your voice.
I'm fine.
No. Everybody tell Amanda she's not
it's
fine.
It's your thingy. You should be
Tell her she's not. Don't say thingy. You'll get modded.
Oh, this is a storytelling song. There's a slide whistle. Wait, what did he just say?
He said Hitler's on the run. It's a wartime song.
Oh.
It's a World War II song. I'm gonna skip it.
I thought he did say Hitler's on a run.
I think he was. It was the story was a World War II enlistee
Oh.
writing to his father.
For the record, I am full on with Hitler being on the run. That's fine.
Yeah.
On board.
Get modded for that too.
Oh yeah, you probably can't write Hitler.
No.
You can write Tinkle. That's okay.
My grandfather's name was Adolf.
There were a lot of Adolfs, but after the
After a
40s,
certain
probably
year,
many.
not so
Yeah.
many. It's time for Chris Ryniak to take care of Amanda Louise Spade. I've never been called a Merce before.
He has been taking very good care of me.
I've been trying.
Like, let's go to the fair. I will buy you pastries.
Yeah.
And whatever it was that I ate. Crazy cone? Is that what it's called?
It was some sort of ice cream.
It's like neon. No, it wasn't ice cream. The sign made very sure to tell you that it wasn't ice cream.
Yeah, but you had a really subpar corn dog though, and I feel really bad about it.
What the heck?
Hey, watch it with the heck, Modbot.
It was like the worst corn dog I've ever had.
Here, pet some sheep, get E. coli. You didn't get modded for that.
I've had better veggie corn dogs than that.
Yeah, it was pretty
Dense?
poor, yeah.
Like you could mortar a brick wall with that batter.
It was so not good. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was like I've had better school lunch than that.
It was really hard to swallow. Like it wouldn't go down my throat without water helping. Oh.
You dropping things over there?
I'm
Too much wine?
I'm dropping things.
Alright, guys. This guy is about done. What do you think? I think it looks good.
Oh, Dookie's okay apparently.
Oh, you can say Dookie.
Red
Yay!
is putting it through its paces so far.
We'll have to do this every time.
What's a pronto pup?
Yeah, I don't know what a pronto pup is. It's probably a corn dog.
It's like a really fast hot dog. $60-mile-an-hour hot dog.
Pew! Shot out of
You shot out of a
a
cannon.
hot dog gun.
Oh my god, a hot dog cannon. Can you even imagine?
I'm sure it exists on the internet. It's a fancy name for a corn dog. Okay, I'm done with this guy. Here he is. I am finished.
Oh my gosh, we're getting so punchy.
I'm so tired because I started so late. But here we are at 11:36 p.m. Thank you, Ethan, so much. This is a pretty good one. Everybody came out to play, even though I was an hour late. I will be on time next week, Monday. I don't think anything is going on, so I think that I will be on time. Amanda, would you mind posting, thank you, Kesho, posting the link to the Facebook group for the new people? And as you guys keep getting your shirts, please post photos, concerns about the quality. Monday is a holiday.
It is. Do you want to stream or no?
Undecided.
Okay. TBA?
TBA on Monday, maybe Tuesday. You guys are probably doing something. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, go to the Facebook group as you get your shirts. Post whatever you think about the quality of the shirt, the size of the shirt. Give it a wash, or maybe wash it without washing it.
Wash it without washing it.
Wear it without washing it. Yes, next stream is number 20, so maybe we should have a super blowout for that one.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out and I'll post it on the Facebook group. But in the meantime, I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you guys next time. And thanks again, and look for this guy over at Boom. That's right. Look for this guy on my Instagram page here. Go shop at Bindlewood. There's stuff, stickers, pins.
Oh my gosh, you're so punchy.
Support me on Patreon, please, if you haven't. Or not, just go over there, whatever. Yeah, I'm passing out. So, good night, everybody, and have an awesome weekend, and have fun on Labor Day. Goodbye.